Alright guys, I just got my return RMA from Newegg. I got my Asus Crosshair 5 formula, and it didn't look new at all, so I RMA'd it, and they accepted it, and shipped me back a brand new board, all within 1 day of receiving it. Like, all in the same day, they got it, approved it, and shipped out this new one, and it came in 3 days. Real quick, I'm going to just close off the legs of the camera. And unblind you guys. Had to get out the invoice. This is my least favorite part of Newegg packaging, but I guess it's a good thing because it means that their packaging is real secure and nothing's likely to get broken. Hooray for making messes! Find the handle. And we've got the main event. The Crosshair 5 formula, so I'm going to go set up on a wooden surface to prevent static electricity, and I will be right back. Alright guys, so we've moved over to my nightstand, which is made out of wood, so I don't get static electric discharges and ruin a motherboard. We've got a peek window into the motherboard, and just looking at this one, it looks much better than what was wrong with the other one. Last time I did this unboxing, it took 20-something minutes, and I don't want to do that again, so. We open up the flaps on top. We've got finger holes, just like 12 packs of soda and all that stuff have. We poke out the 2 finger holes. On the front, you've got your motherboard tray, and on the back, we've got our accessories, and we're going to do a teaser, and we're going to go through the accessories first. Inside this package, if I turn it the right way, we've got the Asus ROG Connect. This allows you to overclock your computer from a different computer without even going into the BIOS. So you plug that into your motherboard and into like a laptop or even another desktop if you wanted to. 3-way SLI bridge, I'll leave that in the packaging because I don't need it. Your rear I/O panel with all the labeling and everything on it, so you know what's where. A Crossfire bridge of the flexible type. It's not a PCB one. And I think it's longer than like a normal one because the spacing to have dual 16X running on this board is different than on most boards. Asus Q Connects. You plug in all the little pins from your case onto here. Onto right here, and then this huge big block just plugs right into your motherboard, so it's less connections to take on and off every time you remove the motherboard. We've got some twist ties, or not twist ties, cable ties that are included with the motherboard, which is a little different. Normally that'd be with the case, but that's cool that they include that. We've got SATA cable labels, so if you're running multiple hard drives and a couple DVD drives or whatever, you can track that. So if you unplug a cable, you'll know what it goes to and where it needs to go and all that. We've got our manual with, inside there's an Asus ROG sticker, Asus ROG software, and I'm not going to show that, but it's just a red CD, and I'm not going to show that because I think it's got product codes on it that I won't be able to use for a while, so I don't want anybody stealing them. And underneath all that, we've got an ROG sticker, and it looks a little bit better than the other one that I got. The last time I got it, it was all wrinkled and stuff like it. Last time I got this board, it just looked used, like someone else had used it and sent it back. But Newegg took care of me and replaced everything perfectly free, with the exception of I paid the shipping to them. It also comes with 6 SATA 6GB per second cables, as if the rating matters, because any SATA cable will work at 6GB per second. But we've got 6 of those. They're all straight for your motherboard to right angle for the drive on the other end of it. And we've got one more, probably Crossfire. Yeah, I think this is for Crossfire. We've got another Crossfire bridge. And this is what I meant, actually. I think this one is standard length. And then this one is longer for the longer spaced ports. Alright, so that's the accessories tray. Get that closed up real quick. Swap that out. We'll rip into the motherboard here. Slide out this tray. Our box over there. And take off our plastic cap. And we can see our pretty amazing looking motherboard. The color scheme is obviously black and red. To get these boards out, I failed last time, but then I figured out all you gotta do is you just push it back a little bit and you lift it straight up. I took the whole case apart trying to figure out how to get it out. And as we can see, last time I got this board, the RAM slots were all uneven and the capacitors were like bent. So I sent it back, and this one appears to be much better, so I'm very satisfied with the customer service that I received. It's got a Supreme FX sound card sticker on it because it has quality sound, and that's a little bent, but that's just held on with like double-sided tape. It's not a real chip, so I can straighten that out later. Other than that, this board supports the latest processors from AMD, being the AM3 Plus socket, which is good because the processor that I plan on running is an FX 8150, which is the new FX chipset. We've got an 8-pin. It's covered for the 4, so that's a full 8. And we've got another 4-pin power connector. What's that called? I think, yeah, EPS power connector, I think it's called. So you've got a 4-pin and an 8-pin EPS power connector for if you're doing extreme overclocking. And down here, we've got an additional Molex power connector to provide more power to your PCI lanes if you're overclocking your graphics cards or you're running like 3 graphics cards or stuff like that. We've got our overclock that allows you to run your preset BIOS. If you go into your BIOS and you find an overclock that's stable and works, and you want to set it factory, so like as soon as if you want to overclock it to a safe level, all you do is press that button. You've got your start button, which is basically a power button if you're not using a case, and you've got a reset button, which once again is your reset button if you're not using a case. We've got 2 USB 2.0 front headers, a couple fan headers, a bunch of your front connectors where your Q connects plug in. We've got 6 SATA 3 6 gigabit per second ports that are all powered straight from the chipset, and we've got an additional one that is powered by a third-party chipset. What have I not covered? Okay, it's got 4 RAM slots, which I believe support 1600 megahertz RAM stock, and you can overclock that further, of course. We've got a USB 3.0 front header and our 24-pin connector. We've got multiple fan headers, and I believe there's 3 temperature sensors that you can plug in, so that's really unique. So I'm going to put this back in the box till I've got my other parts and I'm ready to build this computer. Alright guys, I did this in my last unboxing the last time I got this board too. I forgot one of the most important parts of this board, and that is the rear I/O. So, first of all, up here we've got the old style PS2 port, which is, like, if you're going to do extreme overclocking, that's more, it's more bulletproof. Like, it's harder to mess up than USB. If you overclock too far, your USB might start messing up, but that's more bulletproof, kind of. We've got 2 USB 3.0s, a clear CMOS button, 2 USB 2.0, and this is an eSATA. We've got optical audio out, 2 more USB 3.0, your gigabit Ethernet, powered by Intel which is ironic because this is an AMD board, but the Intel Ethernet is faster, so they use that. 2 more USB 2.0, 4 more USB 2.0 with the ROG Connect one being white. And then we've got our, I believe it's 7.1 channel audio output from that XFI chip on board. And real quick, that white USB port for the ROG Connect relates to, where am I at here? Alright, it relates to this little tiny switch right in here. That turns that USB port from a regular USB port into your ROG Connect port, depending on how you've got it set. But other than that, guys, I would like to say thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please drop a rating and leave a comment. If you would like to see more of my videos, please click subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in my next videos.